This is an urgent alert from Family Policy Institute.
And I am now asking you to leave the chamber.
On a point of order.
The security forces must come in terms of the Powers and Privileges Act.
I want to understand why for police to be allowed to enter this chamber.
It is a grave constitutional violation. We want to be here to get the state of the nation addressed, but we cannot violate this constitution of the people of this country by allowing the police in this chamber. We can't accept that. I'd like clarity on that matter, Madam Speaker.
The chaos you just experienced was the opening of Parliament 2015. This is one of the most important institutions of our democracy. We were very disturbed at SONA 2015 to see the anger, the animosity between the various political parties, the refusal to want to work together to move this nation forward. And while I was there, God began to speak to me about the need for the church to rise up and to pray for the nation of South Africa. Now I know many of you have been watching the news media and you see what is happening in our nation. Eskom, the power energy crisis, South African Airways needing billions and billions of rands every year, SABC, Transnet, and the list goes on. God is calling His church to rise up in the history of this nation at this time, right now, to pray and to intercede for South Africa, to pray for our government, our provincial legislatures, our local government institutions, our parastatals like Eskom and South African Airways and Transnet, to pray for our National Prosecuting Authority, to pray for our South African police services, to pray for the health and the education sectors of our society that are crumbling. This is the truth. We know what is happening. And we must answer this with the weapon that God has put in our hands as the church. And that weapon is prayer. The Bible says the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty in God to the pulling down of strongholds. And so we're calling for a day of prayer for our nation on the 21st of March 2015. Put that 7 hours aside. We can either pray part of the 7 hours or all of it, however God leads you. But what we need is wherever you are, wherever you live in South Africa, come together with brothers and sisters in the Lord. 3 of you, 5 of you, 10 of you, 20, 100, 1,000, it doesn't matter the size of the group, it's the unity that is important. Because where there is unity, God commands the blessing. Spend this time specifically focusing on praying for the nation of South Africa. I believe that God will hear us, that God will intervene, and that God will heal our land, just like He promises. So on the 21st of March 2015, between 10 and 5 p.m., we're calling the church to come together in unity to pray for the nation of South Africa, to pray, to intercede, to call out to God, to read His Word, confess His Word. Please join us on the 21st of March and pray for the nation of South Africa.